Hey you guys, thank you for watching. My name is Simone. I'm going to briefly show you this look that you see here. This green eyes and pink lip, and we're going to be doing a tutorial slash review using the 2016 Ipsy Glam bag. I'm going to show you how some of the products work. So the first thing we're going to do is just a very simple foundation routine. The foundation that we'll be using today is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I think I'm using shade Nut Brown / C8. It has a name and a number. And I'm just going to use about 4 pumps and put that around my face. Now I'm going to use the concealer from the Ipsy Glam bag. It's the Boo Boo Cover Up Concealer. I really like the name of the concealer. And I'm just going to take some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a small brush to kind of spread it on my face. I'm looking for the brush now. Nothing special, any brush will do. The brush I'm using is kind of pointed. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge and just kind of blend everything out. Like I said, it's not special. It's a pretty quick foundation routine. This is what I do when I'm trying to get up and get out the house. So I'm going to start off blending it on my foundation all around my face. Thereafter, I'm going to move on to my concealer and make sure that is really in there good. We don't need any white spots or anything like that, especially because I feel like the concealer is a tad bit lighter than what I'm used to using, but it's all good. Next, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer Pencil in the color Ebony. And I'm just going to quickly do my brows for you guys. This is also nothing special, just something that I kind of do when I'm going to leave out the house and don't have, all the time in the world to do my makeup, but I want to look nice and feel fresh and feminine. And I really just try to keep the natural shape of my brows and not to be too dramatic. I try to keep them pretty natural looking. Now using that same concealer, I'm going to take a small angle brush and clean up under my brows just a little bit. Make them nice and sharp. Okay, and now we're just priming our eyes. I don't even know what primer I'm using. This is just something that I got from a previous Ipsy Glam bag. Sometimes we get really good stuff that I just use all the way up, and this is one of them. Alright, so you are going to now take a blending brush, and I'm using the Too Faced Natural at Night palette. It's an older palette. I don't know if they still sell it, but it's one of my favorites. So we're just going to take that shade, I think it's Cocoa Bear, I believe. But any transition shade that you like to use is fine. For this look, I went more on the browner side. Sometimes I go more on the redder side. And that's just really blended that into the crease of my eyes to start off for the base of the look. I can't speak right now. For the base of our eyeshadow look. Okay, now we're going to take that sparkly goldish black color. I don't even remember the name of it. Hopefully you saw it. But any darker color, even if you want to use like a matte black color, that will do too. I didn't want to be too dramatic in the eyes because I wasn't going to a party or anything like that. And I just put that all over my lid. And that's going to kind of be like the base for our green. The brush I use is just an eyeshadow brush. It's from e.l.f. and it's a flat brush, so it really helps you to kind of pack the color in there. Make sure you get enough on the brush, and therefore you can get enough on your lids. Okay, next up, we are going to use one of my favorite items from this month's Glam bag, being June. It's the Urban Decay eyeshadow, as you saw. And they said inside the little package that was one of their vintage shades, and that depending on your undertones, it kind of changes the color from either red or green. So for me, it looks greener. So I'm going to use an even smaller brush, and I'm going to pack that on the middle of my lid. I'm going to make sure I don't get it on my outer or inner corner. I want to keep it as centered as I possibly can. Okay, and I'm going to take some more of that Cocoa Bear and just kind of make sure everything is blended with a blending brush. The same one you use for your transition shade is fine, but you want to make sure everything is nice and blended. Now we're going to go on to our liner, and that was also from the Glam bag. I was so happy to get something from ColourPop Eyes. So love them, and I've been wanting to try their gel cream pencils. So that's what I'm using here. It's in the color Swerve. It's like a really, really dark blue. It almost looks black. So I'm just going to use that to line my lids, top and bottom. And then I'm going to take that same color from Urban Decay that we put in the center of our lid, and I'm going to kind of smoke out our bottom lash line with that. Make it nice and cohesive. All right. Next, we're going to move on to our blush and highlighter, and we're going to use this Tarte Palette. I don't know what the name of the palette is. I'm trying so hard to think of it, and I just cannot. I'll put it in the description for you. And we're going to use the blush. It's the only blush there. And we're going to just take a blush brush. You know, everything makes sense, right? And put that on our cheeks. I'm not using a lot. I just want a slight flush of color. And then I'm going to take that highlighting shade and put that on my cheekbones. I really like this shade because it's not chunky, and it really looks natural on my skin, like a natural glow. Okay. So next we're going to use mascara. Really, any mascara will do. This is just a random one that I have from Ulta. I'm so sorry about the awful camera angle. It was too late, man. Once I noticed it was so bad, it was just too late to go back. So please hang in there. The next video will be better. I get better each time. Just mascara on our top and bottom lashes. Then we're going to use the matte cream shade. I don't know what it's called. Sorry. Although it's right there, I still don't know what it's called, right? From the Too Faced palette, and just use that for our brow bone highlight. It's not even necessary, but because, like I said, the concealer was a little bit too light, I feel like you can kind of see the concealer, and I don't really like to see it. So next we're going to use Copenhagen from NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. Yeah, that sounds about right. And we're going to, I'm using a pencil because the one I have is broken. So I have to use a pencil, and I'm going to line my lips with that. Because as you'll see next, the color that they gave me in the Ipsy bag, I don't know the name of the color, but it's by Be a Bombshell, and they always give me this color. It's just too light. Like, I don't like my lips to look like that. So I always line it with another lipstick or lip liner or just anything, and just kind of make it ombre and blend it out. So it looks right for my skin tone, but I can still get the use out of the product. I feel like for most people, there's some way you can use a product, whether it's eye product or a lip product or even a blush or a highlighter. There is some way you can figure out how to use it on yourself. I'm sorry, I was being silly. Some way you can use it for yourself. You may just have to try and experiment a little, but you can do it. My struggle is trying to get everything straight on my lips. All right, and that's actually the end of the look. So we're going to have some pictures at the end. Hopefully you can kind of see close up. And I really hope that you enjoyed this. It's not a very complicated look, something simple. It took me about 20 to 23 minutes to do this look, even with filming. Maybe it would have taken less time, more time if my angles would have been better. But hopefully this gives you a good idea of some of the things you can do with your Ipsy Glam bag. Thanks for tuning in, you guys.